Hey gang, Schlocktoberfest has frozen over, but no matter what, we're gonna keep on skiing down that old mountain with a review of the movie Iced. So a bunch of friends go to a ski resort to have themselves a good time, and well, unfortunately, the biggest jerk douchebag of them all, named Jeff, who's a braggadocious sort, challenges Corey for the hand of Trina in a skiing contest. Well, they have it. Corey winds up tripping up Jeff. Jeff isn't too happy about it. And they all go to the lodge bar and hang out, and it appears that Jeff might have lost his mind, and he starts looking like he's talking to himself. So Jeff goes to see Trina and Corey in a room. Jeff loses it when Trina tells him that they're just friends, they're not really together. So Jeff takes off, goes for a nice little ski, until he has an accident and winds up killing himself. It's about a year later, and the gang is going back up to the ski resort because apparently some sort of timeshare thing. And they get there and they realize one of their friends is not there. Why? He got run over by some sort of a bulldozer in the beginning of the movie. Well, not in the beginning, but later on in the movie. So the bodies keep piling up, and we keep seeing terrorizing, broken ski goggle vision throughout the movie quite a bit. And our mysterious killer is going around getting everybody back. In fact, at one point, he actually kills somebody with a large icicle. So it comes down to only Corey and Trina left. Corey goes downstairs and notices a piece of pie, and he gets stabbed in the shoulder for his efforts. Trina wakes up the next morning. Corey's laying on the floor, still with a knife in his shoulder, and notices all the dead bodies. And that's when our killer shows up to try and get Trina. Well, long story short, it turns out that the killer was, in fact, a guy named Alex. Turned out Alex was Jeff's friend, and he kind of put this whole thing together to get him up there and get revenge for Jeff's death. So, yeah, earlier in the movie where it looked like Jeff was talking to himself, it turns out he was actually talking to his buddy Alex. Well, needless to say, Alex is shot by Corey, falls out of a 15-story window into snow with his prosthetic leg. Yes, he has a prosthetic leg in the movie attached to the top part of the thing he falls off of. Anyway, so then it's 5 years later. Trina and Corey have a couple of kids, and they're back up at the same place where all their friends died 5 years before. So I guess it would be probably about 1993, because this movie came out in 88. And everything seems to be going just great for the both of them. When Trina goes up to put a piece of coal on a snowman, and the snowman starts bleeding out of his eye, and it would appear that Jeff has popped out of the snowman to end this incredibly cheesy, bad horror movie. So why did this movie suck? Oh. I will give credit where credit is due. The movie kind of gave a little twist to us, to thinking, like maybe Jeff came back from the dead and all this other stuff. But yeah, the movie's not great on acting. The gore was mediocre at best. But the one thing that annoyed me most of all was the editing in this movie. And towards the end of it, where Trina is trying to hide from the killer, and then you hear Alex's voice, you kind of put one and one together and kind of go, so the killer's probably obviously Alex, because the killer's in there. Alex says, "I'm here." She says, "Run for the cops." The killer tries to chop down the door of the room she's in. You got it right then and there, folks. There's no other way around it. But the editing is the one thing that just... It's almost like, not quite like jump cuts, but it's almost as if the killer kind of transports through time and space just to get to where he needs to be to. The one death of the movie that just made me laugh more than anything, I'm sitting there watching Corey eating a piece of pie, and I'm sitting there kind of going like, so he's not going to question where this piece of pie came from? best to remember, nobody made pie in the movie, and yet all of a sudden, here's a piece of pie on a plate. Corey, why don't you have some pie? And then he gets stabbed for his efforts. But that whole 5 years later thing, that really just was like, wow, we're just gonna keep jumping through time and jumping through time and jumping through, you know what? But it's a bad movie, and again, they try to give it that twist, but you could kind of see it coming. But there you guys have it, a review of the movie Iced. And Schlocktoberfest will keep going till Halloween. Nor rain, nor snow, no extremely bad horror movie will stop me from getting my appointed end of this month reviews. If you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. If you got a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, fantasy horror movie that chilled you to the bone and bored you to the bone, send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching, and until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on.